Well, we have been making our way down Omaha Beach, which I've been here once before, but I've been able to spend a little bit more time exploring today. Just a dream come true. But even still, I'm finding myself not having nearly enough time. Well, now we are at the D3 draw. So on D-Day, there were different, I guess you could say, low spots in the terrain that would provide exits for the tanks and artillery and equipment and things like that. And those were the main targets of the U.S. forces here on D-Day. Well, I am now in front of the D-Day Memorial here at Omaha Beach. So this marks the exact dividing point between the sectors of the 1st Infantry Division and the 29th Infantry Division.
Darling, I know it's hard to let go. Soon I will hold you again. Longer days when I'm away, but we'll both pretend to be bold. Darling, I've never been bold. Flowers you brought, my stomach in knots. You never seem to be scared.
Okay, now this monument out in front of me on the beach is called the Brave. And on either side are 9-meter wings called the Wings of Hope and Wings of Fraternity, with Standing Liberty in the middle. Pretty cool.
We will travel many miles. Will we ever see home again? Waves they tower, screams get louder. All I need is your hand in mine.
Okay, so behind me here, this is all the 29th Infantry Division sector on the dog section of Omaha Beach. So we're going to kind of make our way down the beach. There's a few spots along the way that I'm wanting to hit. Like I've said in some of the other videos, I'm just speechless most of the time whenever I get to these places.
We will travel many miles. Will we ever see home again?
So the American cemetery at Normandy is pretty well known, but what a lot of people may not know is that is not the site of the original cemetery. The site of the original cemetery is right here off of the beach. So the graves registration detail was having difficulties with coming under fire up at Colleyville, where the present cemetery is, and a bunch of soldiers who had been killed in combat ends up presenting, honestly, a health hazard, and also can be bad for morale. So they brought in some tanks, so they brought in some bulldozers and dug a big trench and interred a bunch of soldiers right here. And then in July of '44, they were reinterred up at where the present cemetery is. A lot of people's first exposure, I guess you could say, to what happened here on Omaha Beach is through the movie Saving Private Ryan. Well, at the very beginning, it shows the opening scene with the waves crashing up on the shore, and it says Dog Green Sector. Well, I am currently standing at the Dog Green Sector of Omaha Beach. And in Saving Private Ryan, Miller and Caparzo and all of those guys are with a Ranger battalion that landed here with the 29th Infantry Division. And this is the exact spot where they landed. And up here behind me is Widerstand Nest 70. Now, whenever those guys hit the beach, there were all kinds of mines, obstacles, things called hedgehogs, ramps, different mines that were on top of poles, anything to try and hamper armor and infantry from getting onto the beach. So by the time they got up here to the seawall, a lot of them were exhausted. I think the Rangers took about 50% casualties right here in this section, but managed to get here to the base of the bluff, make their way up, and secure that spot from German opposition. This is also where the U.S. Army Rangers got their motto whenever General Norman Cota told them, Rangers lead the way. We are now at the far western end of Omaha Beach at the D1 draw at Veerville. Tom Hanks' character in Saving Private Ryan makes reference to this place. And you can see up here on this bluff a concrete bunker. It's kind of hard to see, but it's up there. And then off to my right, another one of these big casemates that, again, just like the one on the eastern end, held one of the fearsome German 88s. Now they've got this fence or cage in front of it, but you might be able to kind of see in there. They've still got it there. And again, that protective wall offering flanking fire of the beach from the western end. Well, I am wrapping up my day here on Omaha Beach on the far western end in the Dog Green Sector, where the 116th Infantry Regiment of the 29th Infantry Division landed on June 6, 1944. So right out here somewhere is where Company A would have disembarked from their Higgins boats. And as the boats were pulling away, men were standing there on the beach, and the first German guns opened up and nearly wiped them out. I can't go fully into it, but there's a book by Alex Kershaw called The Bedford Boys that's really good, that talks about the sacrifice that one community made here on D-Day whenever so many of her sons were killed. Like I've said several times before, there just aren't words. If you ever get a chance, come to this place. It's pretty moving whenever you know about the things that were done here, and the bravery that was shown, and the sacrifice that was made so that the world could be free.